Healthy movement after your golden years. Many seniors believe that daily strolls are the cornerstone of maintaining health in their later years. However, medical professionals are now cautioning that this approach might be insufficient and potentially counterproductive for optimal aging. While regular walking certainly offers benefits, relying exclusively on this single form of exercise could actually accelerate the aging process rather than slowing it down. As your body matures, it requires more diverse movement patterns to maintain strength, preserve balance, and protect your joints. An over-reliance on walking, while neglecting other essential forms of movement, can lead to diminished muscle mass, excessive joint pressure, and even heightened fall risk. This is why health experts now suggest that seniors should diversify their physical activity by focusing on 5 specific areas instead of just accumulating steps. These key movement types represent the true foundation for maintaining vitality, strength, and independence well into your later decades. In this article, we'll explore these 5 critical areas you should prioritize beyond simple walking. These straightforward adjustments can enhance your mobility, safeguard your skeletal system, and potentially extend your lifespan. The final recommendation is particularly overlooked, yet plays a fundamental role in promoting longevity. Resistance training to preserve muscle tissue. Walking keeps you active, but if it's your only physical activity, you might be inadvertently setting yourself up for muscle deterioration. Age-related muscle loss becomes one of the greatest threats to independence in later years. The challenge is that walking alone does little to build or maintain muscle mass. It primarily engages lower body muscles and doesn't provide sufficient resistance to maintain strength. This is why medical professionals now emphasize that resistance training should be a primary focus for seniors because it directly combats muscle deterioration, enhances stability, and helps prevent injuries and falls. If you can still carry groceries without struggling, rise from a chair without using your hands, or open tight containers easily, your muscles are likely functioning well. However, if these ordinary tasks have become more challenging, your muscles may be gradually weakening without your awareness. The reality is that without deliberate effort to maintain strength, your body will naturally lose muscle mass over time. Consider the experience of George, a senior who walked every day believing it was sufficient for maintaining his health. He eventually noticed difficulties lifting objects that once felt manageable, and rising from seated positions became increasingly challenging. Initially, he attributed these changes to normal aging, but his physician explained that muscle loss accelerates when muscles aren't adequately challenged. George began incorporating basic strength exercises into his routine: lightweight resistance, bands, bodyweight movements, and simple dumbbell exercises. Within several months, he noticed remarkable improvements: increased strength, better stability, and more energy throughout his days. Strength training doesn't necessarily mean heavy weightlifting at a fitness center. It can be as straightforward as using resistance bands, performing modified push-ups against a kitchen counter, or lifting household objects. The key principle is progressive resistance, challenging your muscles just enough to keep them engaged and active. The benefits extend well beyond mere strength. Research demonstrates that maintaining muscle mass directly correlates with extended longevity, improved mobility, and even enhanced cognitive function. To assess your current strength level, try standing up from a chair without using your hands. If you can perform this easily, that's an encouraging sign. If you struggle, it might be time to focus on rebuilding your strength. The encouraging news is that it's never too late. Strength training can reverse muscle loss, improve balance, and help maintain independence for years to come. If you're still relying solely on walking for exercise, consider this your wake-up call. Muscle preservation is crucial for longevity, and it's one of the most important physical assets you can protect in your senior years. Balance and stability. Exercises to prevent accidents. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't necessarily improve your balance, a fact many people don't realize until they experience a problem. In senior years, fall prevention becomes one of the most crucial aspects of maintaining health and independence. Falls represent a leading cause of serious injuries among older adults, and many occur not because of weak legs but due to poor balance. Without actively training your balance, you might unknowingly increase your risk of stumbles and potentially dangerous falls. You might assume that decades of walking have maintained your stability, but balance isn't automatically preserved. It gradually diminishes unless deliberately maintained. Walking doesn't challenge the small stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and core the way balance-specific exercises do. When balance weakens, even a minor misstep can result in a fall that takes months to recover from. Consider the last time you stood on one foot while putting on socks or reached for something on a high shelf. Did you feel stable or did you need support? Many people don't realize their balance is deteriorating until they experience a near fall that leaves them feeling vulnerable with each step. This happened to Thomas, a senior who maintained an active lifestyle but one day nearly fell while stepping off a curb. His foot landed awkwardly, causing him to momentarily lose balance. Though he caught himself in time, the incident revealed his vulnerability. His doctor recommended simple balance, exercises such as standing on one foot, weight-shifting exercises, and practicing controlled movements to rebuild stability. Within weeks, Thomas noticed improvements, feeling stronger, steadier, and more confident in his movements. Balance exercises don't require special equipment or gym memberships. Simple activities like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe, in a straight line, or practicing slow weight shifts can dramatically improve stability. The benefits extend beyond fall prevention. Better balance means improved posture, quicker reflexes, and enhanced coordination, making everyday movements feel more effortless and controlled. To evaluate your balance, try standing near a counter for safety and lift one foot off the ground. See if you can maintain your balance for several seconds. If this feels comfortable, that's a positive sign. If you struggle, your balance likely needs attention, and the sooner you begin, the better. Balance is often overlooked until problems arise, but developing it now can help maintain strength and independence for years to come. If you've been focusing solely on walking, it's time to prioritize balance training, because the most effective way to prevent falls isn't just staying active, it's training your body to remain steady. Flexibility and mobility exercises for joint health. Walking may keep your legs moving, but it does little for flexibility, something that becomes increasingly important in senior years. Over time, joints naturally stiffen, range of motion decreases, and movements that once felt effortless can become restricted. If you've noticed that turning your head feels tighter than before, or bending to tie your shoes isn't as easy as it once was, these are signs of declining flexibility. As mobility diminishes, independence often follows suit. Unfortunately, many people don't recognize how vital mobility is until they begin losing it. Walking alone doesn't fully stretch muscles or engage the various movement patterns joints need to remain functional. This is why medical professionals now emphasize that flexibility and mobility exercises are just as important as aerobic activity for seniors, as they enable continuation of daily activities without discomfort or strain. Think about reaching for something in your car's back seat or putting on a jacket. Did these movements feel smooth? Or did you notice stiffness? Many people dismiss these subtle changes as inevitable aspects of aging, but what's actually happening is that muscles and connective tissues gradually tighten, incrementally reducing flexibility. This happened to Frank, who maintained his daily walks but began noticing increased morning stiffness and difficulty reaching for objects on the floor. His physician explained that mobility loss wasn't merely about aging. It resulted from not using joints through their complete range of motion. Frank began incorporating gentle stretching, controlled movements, and joint exercises into his daily routine. Within weeks, he felt less restricted, more comfortable, and even noticed improved posture. Flexibility exercises don't mean touching your toes for a few seconds. Dynamic stretches, controlled rotations, and gentle yoga-inspired movements can make tremendous differences. Simple activities like neck rotations, shoulder circles, knee-to-chest stretches, or ankle movements help keep joints lubricated and pain-free. The benefits extend beyond reduced stiffness. Greater flexibility means fewer aches and pains, improved circulation, better posture, and reduced fall risk. To assess your flexibility, Stand straight and slowly turn your head as far as possible to each side. Does it feel smooth, or do you feel tightness? If you notice restrictions, your flexibility is likely decreasing, and now is the time to address it. Mobility loss isn't inevitable. With just minutes daily of focused stretching, you can maintain a body that feels younger, more mobile, and pain-free for years. If walking is your primary exercise, it's time to incorporate flexibility training. Keeping joints flexible and movements smooth is essential for remaining active and independent in your senior years. Core and posture exercises to protect your spine. Walking may keep your legs moving, but it does little for core strength or posture, two factors that become critical. In senior years, a strong core isn't merely about appearance, it's about maintaining stability, preventing back pain, and ensuring proper spinal alignment during movement. With core weakness, you might experience lower back discomfort, balance problems, or a tendency to hunch forward while walking, all of which can increase risks of falls and joint strain over time. Most people don't realize how important postural strength is until they begin experiencing unfamiliar aches and pains. If you've noticed increased slouching, stiffness in your lower back, or difficulty standing upright for extended periods, these are signs that your core muscles aren't functioning optimally. Walking alone doesn't fully engage the deep stabilizing muscles in your abdomen and lower back, which is why medical professionals emphasize that core and posture exercises should be prioritized by seniors. Consider the experience of William, who always maintained an active lifestyle, but gradually noticed his shoulders rounding forward and increasing lower back strain despite daily walks. His doctor explained that poor posture was placing extra pressure on his spine and joints, leading to persistent stiffness and heightened imbalance risk. William began incorporating gentle core activation exercises like seated pelvic tilts, standing, posture resets, and abdominal bracing into his routine. Within weeks, he experienced reduced back pain, improved posture, and even better breathing capacity. Core exercises don't require gym equipment. Simple movements like standing tall against a wall, engaging lower abdominal muscles while seated, or practicing slow, controlled rotations can activate the deep stabilizing muscles that maintain spinal alignment. The benefits extend beyond posture. A strong core promotes better balance, reduced joint strain, and even improved digestive function, as abdominal muscles help support internal organs. To evaluate your core strength, stand against a wall with your back flat and your head, shoulders, and hips touching the surface. Can you maintain this position comfortably, or does it feel unnatural? If maintaining proper alignment feels forced, your posture likely needs attention, and strengthening your core is the solution. Posture and core strength are essential for remaining active, avoiding injuries, and maintaining a youthful appearance. If you've been relying solely on walking for exercise, it's time to focus on the muscles that truly keep you upright and strong. Joint protection and low-impact movements to reduce. Strain walking provides excellent activity, but when it's your only movement form, it can place unnecessary stress on your joints, especially in later years. As we age, cartilage naturally wears down, joint fluid decreases, and shock absorption becomes less efficient, which explains why many seniors develop stiff knees, aching hips, or foot discomfort despite lifelong activity. The issue isn't necessarily walking itself, but rather that walking alone doesn't provide the joint support your body requires. Many assume joint pain is an inevitable part of aging, but stiffness and discomfort progress more rapidly when joints aren't actively protected. Walking can sometimes exacerbate these issues because it involves repetitive impact on the same joints. Medical professionals now suggest that seniors should complement walking with low-impact movements that strengthen and protect joints. Consider how you feel after an extended walk, energized and comfortable, or experiencing aching joints and lingering discomfort. If walking leaves you feeling sore, your joints likely need additional support. This was the experience of Martin, who walked daily believing it was optimal for his health. Eventually, his knees began feeling stiff and his lower back developed persistent aches. His physician explained that he needed to reduce repetitive joint impact and incorporate more low-impact activities. Martin began gentle swimming, cycling, and flexibility-focused exercises. and within weeks his discomfort significantly diminished without sacrificing activity. Joint-friendly movements include water exercises, cycling, tai chi, or chair-based stretches. These activities increase blood flow to joints, improve lubrication, and strengthen surrounding muscles without placing excessive stress on sensitive areas. The benefits extend beyond pain relief. Protecting your joints now ensures better mobility, reduced stiffness, and greater ease of movement for years ahead. To assess your joint health, try sitting in a chair and slowly standing without using your hands. Notice how your knees and hips feel. Do they move smoothly or feel stiff and uncomfortable? Any discomfort signals that your joints need more attention, and switching to low-impact movements could make a substantial difference. Maintaining healthy joints isn't just about avoiding pain. It's about preserving mobility, protecting independence, and ensuring comfortable movement. If you've been focusing exclusively on walking, it's time to prioritize joint health by incorporating movements that help rather than potentially harm. Final thoughts. As we conclude, take a moment to consider these 5 priorities. If you've been relying solely on walking for exercise, you might not have realized how much your body needs diverse movement patterns to remain strong, mobile, and comfortable in your senior years. Your focus should shift toward preserving muscle mass, enhancing balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing joint strain. These factors will truly help maintain activity and independence for years to come. Many people assume aging inevitably means slowing down, but your body remains capable of improvement at any age. Whether you need to develop strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small adjustments can dramatically impact how you move, how you feel, and how long you maintain independence. The key is starting now. Muscle, balance, and joint health don't deteriorate overnight. The process occurs gradually. The encouraging news is that you have the power to slow or even reverse these changes. Which of these 5 areas requires your primary attention? Have you noticed changes in your strength, balance, or mobility? Consider sharing what you've learned today and how you plan to implement these insights. Your thoughts and experiences matter to our community. If you found this information helpful, please support our efforts to create valuable content by sharing with others who might benefit from these insights. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to sharing more health wisdom with you soon.